In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what we did to make $12,296 in a day. And we did that with one of our new clients, Dylan, who closed 2 out of 2 calls in the first day. He closed those calls out of 5 calls that we booked him in the first day. And by doing so, he added more than $9,000 in cash collected and more than $12,000 in revenue. And if this is you, and you are tired of having cold, unqualified prospects, a lot of no-shows, and you are just feeling burned out because of this, then this video is definitely for you. So, if you want to make $12,000 in a day, we need to talk about those 3 things. How to turn cold leads into hot really fast, and this is a copy and paste thing, so you can just copy that and add that literally today. How to never again have a no-show, and how to start making $12,296 a day every single day, which will definitely make you feel great. But before we jump right into this, let's talk about what most people are doing. So most people will spend all of those dollars, thousands of dollars on ads. They will spend endless hours recording content. They will be reaching out to hundreds of people a day. And after all this work, this happens. So a prospect will book a call and the call will happen. So if you don't see what is wrong about this, then this video will be very valuable for you, because the whole process shouldn't look like this, but something like this. And today we're gonna talk about it. So let's begin. So when prospects book a call, they need to answer a few questions. And those questions serve 2 purposes. The first one is to qualify the prospect. And the second one is to frame the call so the prospect knows that he's not just going on a call to have a nice chat with someone, but to actually solve a problem. So what questions to have? So you only need 3 questions. So something really important is to definitely not ask someone if they have 10K to invest. That definitely do not work. I tested it, trust me. So here are 3 most important questions, okay? So first, you need to actually know if they are even in the niche or industry that you are helping. So for example, a question can be, are you specifically looking to get into Ivy Leagues? This is a real example of a client who works in this niche. This question can also look like, are you in sales? Do you want to start appointment setting? Do you want to lose weight? All of those questions are good fit for this. Then you want to ask about more context. So just have like an open question. For example, why do you want to, let's say, lose weight? Describe in detail below. And the last question is, you need to somehow estimate the current budget, right? Because especially when you are booking a lot of calls, you don't want to waste time with the unqualified ones, right? So there are a few things that you can do here. So what we usually like to do is we just ask, what are you currently doing? And do you feel like you can dedicate time and resources to put towards this? So for example, then they can answer that I'm currently a software engineer, let's say, and yes, I have time and resources to put to this. And also these questions sometimes can be like a little bit more sneaky. And my general advice is that if you're having a lot of lead flow, you can directly ask like a very specific question. Even maybe you can ask someone how much resources you can allocate to that, and you can have like options, 2 to 5K, 5 to 10, all of that. But if you are having trouble with lead flow, to be honest, sometimes you can even delete the question, because it really will create a lot of friction between someone jumping on a call. Okay, so we have the first one, check in. So what happens when prospects book a call? So after they answer those questions, they need to be directly redirected to a landing page. And this one is a funny one, because I see a lot of people really overcomplicating this process, having some crazy landing pages that they took months to develop, and there is no need of that. Literally, you can create a landing page with allocating 5 minutes of your time on Notion. And to be completely honest with you, I have a client who last month did 70K revenue, and they have a Notion landing page. So you don't need to overthink that. Basically, have some copy, for example, watch this, then have a decision-making video, and we're gonna talk about it in a second. Then have another copy, like a call to action and a VSR here, and we're also gonna talk about it in a second. So next thing, decision-making video. A very important part of the whole process that most people even don't realize exists. So a big thing with the decision-making video is just making sure that they accept your invitation to the call and that they know that they need to watch the VSL after that. And why the first one is so important? Because 1 year ago, Google Calendar had this update, and right now you need to accept it. And when you don't do that, it's really, really simple to miss a call. Trust me, I did this 100 times. So basically, this is the whole structure of a decision-making video. So first, say something like, I appreciate you scheduling the call, and just one thing, make sure that you accept this and you walk them through exactly how to do that. Then establish your authority. So basically say, hi, my name is Michael. I work with InfoProduct Businesses Stack, at 20K a month. I did this, this, and this, and show, a bunch of testimonials. Third, identify problems. So let's say, like in this example, you will say something like, if you are trying to get into Ivy League school, I know it can be blah, blah, blah. I know it can be hard, time consuming, and confusing. That's number 3. Now, number 4, present the solution. So basically introduce your 3-step framework. Then number 5, show proof. So what I like to do is you just scroll through all the testimonials that you have like in 5 seconds so they can see that you helped, for example, like 60 people. Number 6, set up expectations. So what I like to do here is definitely make sure that you say that this is a decision-making call. That means if you have any friends, any partners that you need to make the decision, definitely add them to the call. And if you say that, that will create this authority that, again, that this call is not just like a friendly chat, but an actual decision-making call that can help change your life. And the last one is, of course, number 7, is to do a call to action to do this with the calendar and also watch the VSL. Okay, so we took cover of landing page, we now took the cover of decision video, and now the VSL. Okay, in the entire process, I believe this is the highest leverage thing. So if you want to really focus on one of the things and really put the most resources and time, then this is the one. Because a good VSL in comparison to a bad VSL is literally sometimes a difference of $50,000 in your pocket. And this is exactly how you create a banger VSL. So the first thing, confirm expectations, then go straight up into your unique mechanism, then build curiosity. So for example, instead of saying in this case that you will just review their papers and help them with getting into Ivy League school, create some kind of mechanism, frame it nicely so they're actually intrigued about it. Then show your strongest case study and really dive deep into that. I'm talking presenting the pain points before and after, all the numbers. I usually also like to introduce an actual part of the video when the client is talking about the transformation. Okay, the next step after this is, of course, in the unique mechanism, you are having this 3-step framework, and now you start closing one by one all of those 3 steps. And while you are doing that, you are stacking the value of your offer, right? Every single pain point that you address, you are stacking the value that a prospect sees on his end while watching the video. And at the end, definitely create some urgency. And the easiest way to create some kind of urgency is just say something like, I only work with very specific people. And even if you don't have a lot of demand, you can say that you only can take 2 people. Because imagine that all of a sudden, one day, you would actually get 20 new people that want to work with you, they have the money and they hand it to you. You couldn't do that because you would be just so overwhelmed and you probably can't really fulfill all the prospects at one time. So literally say that you can only take 2 people every single month, because that's literally true. And at the end, of course, do a call to action to show up on the call. If you do all of those things correctly, you will definitely have a decent VSL. I can assure you that. And of course, a VSL is such a long topic that I could do like an hour-long video just talking about this one thing, because it's one of the highest leverage tasks that you can do in the business. But those things right here will allow you to create a great VSL. Okay, so we have the VSL taken care of. And now going back to the 3 points that we made previously. So now all of those things, right? So the questions, the landing page, the decision-making video, the VSL, those things will turn cold leads into hot pretty fast. Because imagine that all of this usually takes like 30 minutes. So in 30 minutes, you will turn cold leads into hot ones that will save you a lot of times on your sales call and also will definitely make your close rate go much higher. So now let's talk about the second thing. So we have this cover. Now let's talk about how to never have a no-show. So to that we have 2 points right here. So let's start with the first one. Pre-call sequences. So pre-call sequences is just a fancy word of saying everything that happens after someone's book a call that is automated. And the best way to do that is to use email. So every single software out there has a built-in ability to do sequences. And of course, this topic is also a long one, but to give you a copy and paste framework, you can just copy those 2 emails that I use personally and with some of my clients, because this is just super simple. Okay, so the first one, after they book a call, it's really simple. And the important thing here is, of course, you don't need to just copy and paste that. You can, and you will have great results. But of course, I would modify that so it actually sounds like you, not like you just copy and pasted it. So it's super simple. After they book, immediately this email is sent out to them. Hi name, just so that you book a call with me, please do me a favor and be sure to accept the calendar invite. And then to prepare for our call together, make sure you watch this video. And of course, in this video is a link to this VSL. So we are just making sure for 100% that they did watch the VSL, because the VSL is where the magic happens. And now the second one is 12 hours before the call. Did you watch the VSL that I sent you? The whole purpose of it is really simple, making sure that they watch the VSL, because it's that important. And as I said, with the pre-call sequences, you can really go crazy, but with those two, you're already ahead of 90% of people. So we basically took cover of the pre-call sequences. And now the last step, appointment setting reminders. The purpose is literally the same, making sure that they show up to a call and that they watch the VSL. And those are 2 messages that you or your appointment setter can send. And bonus points if you send them as personalized voice notes. So the first one, 24 hours before. Hey man, I see that we have a call scheduled on software, so for example Zoom, Google Meet, at 9 p.m. for example tomorrow, looking forward to it. And the second message right after this, also, did you manage to check the video I sent you? And you can also add at the end, if not, here, and you just send the link to it. And the last one, 1 hour before the call, you say to them, hey man, or actually, hey name, I see in the books that we are chatting in an hour, excited to do that, see you soon. Just it. And even better, of course it depends if you want to do that, but instead of sending that either as a text message or as a voice note, send it as a video. So just take your phone or Instagram or whatever you are texting with the lead and just record like a quick video. You couldn't believe how important is that to actually increasing your show up rate. Okay, so reminders are also taken cover of. Okay, so that means that we did also cover how to have no shows, and that means that we did cover of how to start making 12K a month and feeling great. And if you do all of those things correctly, you will definitely increase your close rate, for example, from 20 to 50%, and you can have days like this. Okay, so yeah, I hope it was very valuable for you. And feel free to take all of those things and copy and literally paste them in your offer to see similar results to Dylan. And if you want me to personally work with you and give you the same results as we did with Dylan, then just message me on Instagram. Peace.